of, so either by means of demons or the Holy Spirit. You'll see this up here, inbox 12089. And last night it hit 12076. And I wanted to see what email made that happen. And it was an email that came through at 7:03 p.m. Now, 120 is Adam, Strong's Concordance, Old Testament. 76, the next two digits, is Adam, Strong's Concordance, New Testament. And that email that made it go 12076 was at 7:03 p.m. I was like, oh, well, how convenient, because that's the full moon of July 3rd, the buck full moon. So there it is, the 120 and then the 76. Unread emails. It was that email at 7:03 p.m. And I want to tell you something else about that 7-1. Not only was that the most horrific day in the town I grew up in, its history. Not when the tornado came and destroyed it 1 year to the day after Earl died, May 8th, 1979, because Earl died May 8th, 1978. But it was a day that Jimmy Bob drowned. It was on July 1st. Now, I want you to look at my marriage of 3/12/1983. Murder code, by the way. That year of murder code. 7-1 fused with 138, fused with 88. It's my original marriage day, March 12th, 1983. 3 times 12 times 1983, you get, I've shown you this many times, the 138 for Donald Trump in simple gematria, and the 88 for Trump in simple gematria. Well, there's the July 1st. Been sitting there all along. And now we're going to go to iPet Goat, aren't we? Of course, we're going to go to iPet Goat. And it tried to make us think that it was the flower full moon. Then it tried to make us think it was last night's schoolhouse function. So it's either a demon that made sure that that email came through at 7:03 p.m., or the Lord allowed a demon to do that to me, because God's ordained the end from the beginning. So God would be allowing me to just flounder and to be sort of handed over to demonic activity, and how I would be manipulated, hopefully until the time comes where the Holy Spirit says, all right, now I'm going to give you the information. Or the Holy Spirit gave me the information last night, gave us the information. 7:03, July 3rd. That is the buck full moon, and that is the buck rabbit that is lit. You have Trump exit in red, which covers that head. That head is touching that. 1, 2, on the third day, what is lit up? A buck full moon, year of the rabbit. Now, when you look up what is the buck full moon named after, they will tell you it is the deer antlers that are on top of Skyfall's pillars. Remember? All over the opening credits of Skyfall, as Adele is singing her Skyfall song, it's deer antlers, deer antlers, deer antlers, deer antlers, all over the beginning of that thing. And then deer antlers on top. It is the buck full moon, but it is also the buck rabbit. You see the blue moons, it's blue. They're all in blue. It's the year of the blue moon. They got craters all in their heads. But there's Trump sitting there. Trump exit. Boom. That's Trump exit on that day. And then, so yes, they all represent months and moons, but you're also counting that day as the exit day. This day is your middle day. And then the next is your July 3rd. What is July 3rd? Well, that's when I Pet Goat had posted to the Heliofont YouTube site. Released June 24th, but went on to their Heliofont YouTube site on July 3rd. July 3rd is also the day known as Sirius the Dog Star going dormant, the dog days of summer beginning. Also the day Back to the Future was released. 71388, original marriage. Dark Knight Rises to this rising day that we're talking about. Exactly 4,000 days. 4,000 days even. 96,000 hours even. 5,760,000 minutes even. 345,600,000 seconds even. It gets better. Don't think it doesn't. The rising day, when he would be indwelt with the spirit of Antichrist, through to the abomination of desolation, is an exact 280 days. No big deal. That's trivia. But if you go to the very beginning, which would be the July 1st offing day, to when I think the abomination of desolation is the next total solar eclipse, next April 8th, and then the Lord puts an end to it. It's not the day that the Lord comes to redeem his church. No man knows the hour. But just when there's that silence in heaven for 30 minutes and so forth. It's all in Revelation 6, which sort of jumps over the Great Trib. It just goes from 4 horses to God's wrath. That's all. That's a long story. If you go to the July 1st, all the way through when I think everything is over with, as far as humans on this earth, it's 9 months and 11 days. It's 3.5 days after the total solar eclipse. It's 286 days. And remember, 4 times GOD is 28616. 286, 286 days. Nine months and 11 days. 9/11, the length of the beginning of the storm to the beginning of God's wrath. 9/11. So you remember, all these numbers belong to the Lord. There is no, well, that's a satanic number. Oh, so God can't touch that number because God can't touch the number 33 or 666? No, God's ordained all of these numbers, people. And remember, their world is an upside down version of our world and vice versa. So I can tell you 666 would have goodness to it, and so would 33. And no, I don't know the age of Jesus when he died. Do you? I know what I've been told, but I've been told free will too. So, and spinning ball. But no, 33. Every number belongs to the Lord. So this 9/11, 9 months, 11 days. Let's continue. The Dark Knight. Not the Dark Knight Rises, but the Dark Knight. It had a premiere 4 days before its 7/18 release. If you run the premiere to the darkened right eye day, 11 months, 17 days, 11/17 coded. 14 years, 11 months, 17 days. So the Dark Knight, boom. Perfect, 4,000 days. The Dark Knight Rises, boom. Perfect, 11/17. A direct hit. No pun intended. I'll show you the Skyfall and the other stuff later if anybody's new and you need it. You know, it's all in previous videos, but some of y'all are new. I'd be glad to show you the Skyfall stuff. I got to get moving. He's going down July 1st. He is going to rise at the Buck full moon. Their world will all be on vacation, getting to their safe spots. The ones who are initiated, of course, or higher up on their food chain. And they've all probably got an appointed time coming also. So, yep, July 1st. It's day 182. Rising on day 184. On 7/3.